5-star apartments at an unbeatable price. Launch price 57.66 lakhs at the U. For further details, contact 9884074746.
That gave us the confidence that we can expand more. Then we started looking for funding, and then the bestseller is ginger chai.
Is the ginger chai
across India. See, irrespective of where we go, Chai Kings will always be a Chennai-based brand, right?
Instead of saying that it is like Marina Beach or another landmark, we want to create Chai Kings as a landmark in every street of Chennai. I think they have potential to open 50 stores.
Everybody would say those guys from anywhere from Chennai, right? People from Velachery would come to Keelpop to see the shop and then talk to us and then go. So that was there. But over a period of time, when word of mouth spread that there is a brand here, people started coming. And at that point, we had our own delivery system. We had a flask. We wanted to, we were selling for 20 rupees and the flask could hold about 5 teas. We were selling for 100. We didn't even charge a premium on the flask and all of that. People would ask what that is. We'll tell them it is for takeaway, and nobody would. There were very less takers. Nobody was willing to spend 100 and take a flask. Only people who wanted to check what that flask would buy. They
curious.
Would go. I think they would go home and then break it out and see what that is made of. But general public was not buying it. So there were orders from customers in the evening about 4:30 to 6:30. We'll get about orders, calls. We'll have delivery boys in delivering. 7 to 8 months later, Swiggy Zomato happened. So I think from there on, we clicked. We had about 6 outlets by then, and we were able to cover about 30% of Chennai with those outlets. The delivery time would be longer, but then I think people were happy with getting the tea delivered at home. Plus the pricing was almost very, very, we didn't have a premium on the delivery. So that, plus the delivery companies were giving a lot of freebies. We rode on their backs that time, and from there on it clicked. And that gave us the confidence that we can expand more. Then we started looking for funding, and then
then rest is history, as they say. So, you talked about this. Neenga rendu perum chai kudichi, you would like, people would come and you would ask them, they'd ask you. This sort of hands-on entrepreneurial approach, right? Adila, you also obviously, customers, you obviously talked a lot, right? You got to know your customers, because at least in the first initial 1 year, what has been some of the best discoveries of meeting the person on the road, and so many things happen over a cup of chai? So what have been your customer insights?
We'll be there on the counter.
Okay.
Always billing there. I do the billing stuff. Balaji doesn't do billing. He's the talking type. Right? He'll talk to the customer and figure out. We'll be always dreading what the customer would say, right? எனக்கு பயமா இருக்கும். அதாவது there were hibiscus tea which I have not tried till now. அந்த மாதிரி டீ எல்லாம் ஆர்டர் பண்ணிட்டா ஐயோ என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, நான் ஒரு பயத்தில் இருப்பேன். எல்லா டீக்குமே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இனிஷியலாக நல்லா இல்லைன்னு சொல்லிடுவாங்களா, இல்லை நல்லா இருக்குன்னு. But over a period of time, we figured out people like the tea. Frankly, but obviously there would be a percentage of people who would like our version of the masala tea. Obviously, they would like it different because it has its own set of spices which some people might not like. But apart from that, people within few weeks they figured out what their favorite is. We had a ginger masala and dum chai in milk. We similarly had a Sulaimani in black tea. So there are takers for the people figured out what they like and they started ordering that. Within a few weeks we figured out pricing is not a concern. We have to be consistent about what we are doing. We cannot change is what I think that is all we were looking for. We were not asking for feedback beyond that. Regarding the product, regarding the service, we wanted to know what it is, and within a month or so we figured out things are working, and then we didn't touch it till then. Till now we have not changed our SOPs. What we said 10 years back is still the SOP. The ingredients, the quality that we buy is still the same. The tea powder we buy is still the same. Good or bad, we have not changed. We don't want to touch it.
Sadique, I'm very curious about that secret ingredient.
There is no secret ingredient as such, but then I believe the consistency is the key point. Out of all the feedback that we get, there are people who would say tea nalla irundhuchu. that is common, right? That people would say, even if you drink only once, you say nalla irukku and then you'll move off. But for regular customers, for like you, people say it is consistent, irrespective of the store they want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is the promise they want, right? You stay in Alvarpet, you go have tea there, you like it. But when you're traveling, you see a Chai Kings in Tambaram, when you stop it, and if you don't get the same tea, I think that will stop you from stopping anywhere across Chennai. Okay, I think that consistency is what bringing people back and again and again to Chai.
But it's also like you say, you use the word consistency. I also want to add on to that word and say there's also familiarity and comfort, right? Chai is also about comfort. I want to know about your chai drinking habit. Like, how often do you drink? How many cups of chai do you drink? What from the menu do you order? And what about it do you like the most?
Okay. நான் என்ன குடிக்கிறேன்றது மேட்டரே இல்லை பட்
No, I'm very curious.
Okay, so I drink dum chai now. See, when we start,
you drink the dum chai.
Dum chai is again one very difficult tea to make because it is unlike other teas, it is customizable. So we have shelf life for each of the teas, but tea the first hour and the 6th hour is different for all the teas, right? Meaning we don't keep for 6 hours, but I'm saying dum tea decoction could be kept for 6 hours. So I want to keep trying it to see how it is. Wherever I go, that's what I try. And I started drinking dum chai because I wanted to try it, but now I become addicted to it, so I drink it. But the best seller is ginger chai.
So you said now you're at about 60 plus outlets?
Totally 80 outlets we have right now.
80, okay.
65 are in Chennai, the rest are in Coimbatore and Hyderabad.
And Hyderabad.
Hyderabad we have about 9.
Bangalore?
Bangalore we are going in July.
You're going in July, okay. Would you think it's a difficult market to navigate?
Bangalore is a much easier and better market compared to Hyderabad.
Okay.
We made a decision to go out of Chennai in 2019. Our discussion was like, internal discussion was like, Bangalore is easy. We can always do it whenever we want. Let's go to Hyderabad and see if we will click. That's why we went to Hyderabad. Hyderabad is very difficult. So we will do about 15-20 outlets this year in Hyderabad, and we'll do about 10 outlets in Bangalore. Bangalore should be much easier, very competitive, but at the same time it's very cosmopolitan than Hyderabad. So there will be a lot of takers for this kind of chai.
Does Chai Kings really identify as a Chennai brand? So even if you travel to Coimbatore, whatever, do you want to keep the soul of Chennai intact in the chai?
I think we can't do that, and we shouldn't do that. See, irrespective of where we go, Chai Kings will always be a Chennai-based brand, right? I mean, that can't change. But when we go to Hyderabad or when we go to Bangalore, I think we have, like I said, we have to start afresh, and we have to make subtle changes so that people feel that it is not a brand from outside. So we'll have to be like that. If not, at least make it make subtle customization so that people feel that it is part of Bangalore or it is part of Hyderabad and not alienate customers.
That's great. That's great. Thank you. It's also known for employing differently abled people, right? And, seems to somehow be part of the brand's identity. I'm just curious what sort of where that thought came from.
So we did that 50th outlet in ECR Nilangare. So we want to do something. Then Balaji said, let's hire differently abled people. So then we figured out we can only hire people who can't speak and hear. Then we tied up with a foundation who can supply people who can not speak and hear. Then we hired about 6 people, started a brand. We thought we actually want to do that because there is in the corner of our mind, we want to do something good. But at the same time, we also thought it will give good mileage for the brand as well. That's why we started. But initially there were a lot of difficulties, like people, to communicate with them is a big issue, right? So then we had a small training for our managers who were handling them, and then we gave them a small board to write to the customers. Within a month, we figured out they are much better workers than what we have, right? They're very loyal. Those staff are now integrated in the system. All my managers understand their languages and they're able to. So we've kind of integrated them. Every now and then there will be a video by some YouTuber which goes viral and brings in a lot of positivity for the brand. We call them specially able. I don't know where we got that from. I think we have about 12% of our staff from that section. We told them we hire, and many of them have gone on to become shift managers and cafe managers. They wrote an article about how people are growing within Chai King from this section and all of that. Yeah, little satisfaction from what we do. Yeah.
I'll just ask him one last question. Really, if Chennai Kings is in some way a love letter to Chennai, what is the one thing about Namma Chennai that you put into every cup, at least the one that you serve here?
Sure, இப்படிலாம் கேட்டா எனக்கு சொல்ல தெரியாது. See, என்ன சொல்றது? See, you have to be very true to the customer, right? You can ஒரு in terms of pricing or in terms of the product quality itself, you can't fool the customer. I think it's universal, it's across everywhere. But your genuinity should be shown across everything, right? From how you bill it, how you position it, how your pricing is done, and not keeping hidden charges, all of that. I think that is what we do. Keep it very simple, keep it very open for the customers.
Okay, I'm going to do a small rapid fire before I open it out to the audience. Your favorite coffee shop in Chennai?
Meadows Coffee House.
Okay, the one Chennai neighborhood that truly gets its chai, not your busiest outlet, but really where people you think drink their chai really well.
See, the outlets like Tandayarpet, Ambattur, Thiruvallur, those there we see a lot of people from middle class or even lower middle class people coming and having. I think they savor the tea that they get. Because it is 35 rupees is slightly costlier for them, but they come in for the tea. You can see the difference in the way they consume the tea.
If Chai Kings were a Chennai landmark, what would it be?
Difficult questions கேட்காதீங்க. எனக்கு சத்தியமா புரியல. இல்ல see, beach.
One thing about Madras Coffee House, you said that's your favorite, that you wish more brands did.
So they're also very simple in what they offer. Yeah, very authentic tea and very, there's no gimmicks around the coffee that they serve.
Right.
It's very simple.
Thank you, Mr. Sadique, for your honesty and for your authenticity and for all the simplicity that you pour into your chai. Please, we will take a big round of applause, please. Please feel free to ask him many more difficult questions.
Sir, good evening. My name is T.S. Karthik. Sir, the chai on wheels idea work out. Chai on wheels. Is it a feasible option?
People have tried it, sir. It's not working. Maybe I think somebody else can do it better. But see, the dynamics won't work, sir. The tea kadayla, normal tea kadayla, put 15, 12 or 15. They're able to do that because they don't have a lot of compliances.
My question is very simple, sir. I don't think Chai Kings has a franchisee model at all. It is still company owned and company operated only. What is the risk? Why I think it's pretty much that you want to preserve the company's identity and keep the safely, but how you own right now 65 outlets inside the city? How do you run it, sir? Like where do you go on surprise visits or what? You just purely rely on metrics financial metrics to judge it. How does that running mind work, the management mind works?
See, franchisee we didn't do because we thought it is better if you run it. We've been franchisees ourselves. We ran multiple brands for about 4 years. We understand the mindset of a franchisee, mindset of a franchisor. So we thought it will not work for a brand like Chai King, which is small, plus a lot of things can go wrong if multiple people are involved. So we didn't want to do that. For in terms of management, see, initially it was a very small team. Now for an outlet, for 80 plus outlets, we have a huge team that is at the back end. Our corporate office staff count is about 50 plus. So there are teams that manage marketing, there are teams that manage supply chain, there are software. We use SAP B1. Many people don't use SAP B1 in a tea shop. I don't think anybody, Chai Point does it, but Nobody else does it. So there are very sophisticated systems that there at the back end. And there are many metrics to measure what is happening. We have a quality team that does on-spot visits. There is a CCTV team that continuously runs live CCTV as well as playback CCTV and audits them. The quality of the CCTV cameras have also vastly improved. Now captures voice as well. So all of that is there. Plus, this is for offline. And the online business, which is about 50% for us, we have huge data from Swiggy and Zomato. Except for the customer information, name and number, they gave everything else, like how many people come into your page and go out without ordering, how many people come in and select the product and then go out without paying. So each of these metrics give you different insights. If they come in and don't go out, your menu is not clear or pricing is more. If they add the product and then they go out, it means that your packing charge or additional charges are more, so they don't want to proceed. So the multiple metrics would give you multiple meanings to understand where to correct. So all of that, that's a very huge system is there which helps us.
So I think today Chennai loves your tea. Chai, sorry. So when you actually launched, what was your TG definition? When you actually launched Chai Kings in Chennai, how did you define your TG then? And has it changed now? Or that has also been consistent?
See, frankly, we never thought there's a separate group that will come to Chai Kings, and we get people from all walks of life. The VCs hate this answer, but that's what I've been telling them. We get people from all walks of life. There is, like I said, Dhoni orders, like I said, Stalin orders. And from our first outlet, Kilpauk, there is a SDAT stadium opposite. There is a scavenger who works there. She still comes to the store. She still comes to the store, orders her tea, and then has it in the evening. So there are multiple people from multiple walks of life come in and have tea. You can't defend because the product is like that. If you are selling the same tea for 100 rupees or 80 rupees, then I can say only these people would come. I think the still 35 is slightly up, but then I think it justifies the quality and the quantity as well. So people from any walk of life can still afford to have the tea and be satisfied with it. I don't think they'll feel it is not worth the price that they're paying. So we have not segregated only these customers will come. Any of our new product launches, any of our even our price hikes, we factor this in that everybody will come in. From that scavenger lady to MK Stalin, we think through those lines and make the changes.
I think that's a great story for Chennai to hear.
I was just thinking.
Being a leveler.
I was just thinking, chai is the great leveler. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I have one question. You had mentioned your co-founder and you have complementary strengths. One, what would you say that would be? And second, for young entrepreneurs, why do you think it's important for co-founders to start together?
Okay. When I am very good at systems. Okay, I can be on my laptop for days together and work and get some things right. Balaji manages complete operations. Everything else is under my thing. So all the outlets he has to. He doesn't have a second line of command. We've consciously avoided to have another general manager below who would manage the stores. So our structure is like each of the stores would have a cafe manager, shift manager, and all of that, and they would all report into an area manager who controls about 8 to 10 stores, and then all of them report into Balaji. So Balaji has about 10, 12 managers reporting into him. So he manages them directly. He goes to the stores, or he does reviews. He calls them to the office, or he goes to there. He does that. I manage everything else like finance, marketing, HR, warehouse operations. We have our own POS system. We developed our own POS system. So that all of the IT, all of that comes under me. I don't advocate that you should have a co-founder. It makes my life easier because I have certain skills that I lack there. So Balaji is complimented, but I think it is by chance. We didn't design it. Okay, so you don't have to have a co-founder at all. It again depends if two strangers could be great co-founders, two best friends could be bad co-founders. So you can't put that. So you don't have to search for a co-founder, or you don't have to think that you need to have a co-founder to do well.
No, since we're talking about the co-founder, your co-founder has decided to give you a little surprise, and he's actually here. So can we please invite co-founder Balaji Saragopan?
ஏன்டா வந்த நல்ல வேலை உன்னை திட்டல.
I was.
I wanted to give a surprise. So I told them that I'm not coming to the stage.
We don't, both of us don't go at all.
Oh, okay. Please, hi. Lovely to meet you.
ரெண்டு பேர் சொல்றதுக்கு ஸ்டோரியே இல்ல எங்ககிட்ட.
Mama. So we don't go together.
This is both of you just being your, like, humility is like your virtue type of thing, but
அப்பலாம் கிடையாது.
So because we don't go together,
Right.
We have similar stories to say.
right.
So initial days, I think initial days we were going together. So
Right.
whenever we go, somebody asks a question, he says everything.
Oh, but he just
Answers
said
are
that
not
you say
short.
everything.
No. The answers are not short. So he starts like we worked in IT together. Then we started Chai Kings, and I'll be left out. I won't have answers. So then we thought, okay, we don't want to go together. I just called them and said that I'm coming. I didn't want Sadique to know about it.
That's great. That's great. Since you're here, I just thought we could have you both exchange a few notes. I asked him a question really about if Chai Kings were a Chennai landmark, then what would it be? And he said, ask my co-founder, he would have given you a befitting answer for it. So if Chai Kings were a Chennai landmark, what would it be?
No, I think related to tea, I want to answer this question. See, every Chennai street has got a tea shop where everybody goes there, they smoke, they read papers, and this has been there like for ages. Enga appa kaalathula, enga taatha kaalathula, it's been there. So I think we are trying to replicate that emotion,
camaraderie,
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Instead of saying that it is like Marina Beach or another landmark, we want to create Chai Kings as a landmark
That
in
moment,
every street of Chennai. I think we have potential to open 30 stores, as Sadique said.
Mr. Balaji, tell us a little bit about what do you think, what do you see as Mr. Sadique's, your old friend's, colleague, greatest strength and greatest weakness? And then you will tell me what you think is your co-founder's biggest strength and biggest weakness.
I'll go first.
நீ
No, you
சொல்லு.
can go
யோசிக்கிறேன்
first.
உன்னை பத்தி நல்லது சொல்றதுக்கு.
See, we are two different people altogether.
Clearly.
See,
பாரு ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங்
very
பாரு.
trust.
எங்க ட்ரெஸ்ஸிங்க பாரு.
So to be honest, it's like he does not like what I do. I don't like what he does. We don't go near to anything which is. We don't have anything which is similar. If two things which are similar. I think we drink a lot of tea. Then we eat a lot of biryani. Wherever we stop, we find an hotel. We order the same thing. Apart from that, we're not similar. Right? So I think that is complementing us. That is helping us to run this business as well.
But what do you think is
we are
his,
thick friends? Yeah.
what do you think is his greatest strength?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. So we are thick friends. His greatest strength, I would say, is the execution skills. He's been expert in that from the time I have known him, even from the IT days. Everybody in our company wanted to work with him. He's a great leader as well.
So what is his greatest weakness?
Weakness, see, he can talk so much. I don't know, for some reason he limits. Even from early days in Sutherland, we were working under a lady called Banu. This guy was her favorite team manager. But just because he was not open in talking to the bosses or the clients, he keeps everything to himself. She had a struggle of pushing him to the top level. So,
Yeah.
But now it's like changed. We can go and give lecture for 1 hour.
Right. What about you? Tell us about this fella.
He is good at managing people, right? I mean, that's our strength from Sutherland days.
Right.
So fittingly, he manages operation. He learned Hindi speaking to these guys. I still don't speak Hindi. He can speak broken Hindi and speak to the staff in the hotel. He can convey what he wants to convey. So I think he'll adapt to the situation. Every
Right.
situation that we have, every problem that we have,